Low profile versus high profile tires. What's really better? Low profiles offer sharp handling and speed, but do they always have better grip? High profiles provide comfort and durability, but are they just for SUVs? This video busts the biggest tire myths, revealing the real pros and cons of each. Watch now to find out which tire suits your driving style. Alright, let's get right into it. Before comparing low profile and high profile tires, it's important to understand what these terms actually mean. Tires aren't just black rubber circles. There's real science behind how they work, and their profile plays a major role in how a car handles, accelerates, and even how comfortable the ride feels. The profile of a tire is determined by the sidewall height, which is given as a percentage of the tire's width. A high profile tire typically has a sidewall height that is 50% or more of the tire's width, while a low profile tire is usually around 40% or less. For example, if a tire has markings like 225/40/18, that means the width of the tire is 225 millimeters, and the sidewall height is 40% of that width, so 90 millimeters. In contrast, a high profile tire with 225/55/18 would have a sidewall height of 55% of 225 millimeters, which is around 124 millimeters. 18, this indicates the wheel diameter in inches, which is 18 inches. Now that the basics are covered, it's time to tackle the myths. Myth number 1, low profile tires always have better grip. This one sounds logical, right? A lower profile tire has a stiffer sidewall, meaning less flex and more direct contact with the road. That makes the car feel more responsive, especially when turning or braking. The sharper handling is one of the reasons why race cars and high-performance vehicles favor low profile tires. The steering inputs translate to the road almost instantly, giving better control at high speeds. But does that mean low profile tires always have better grip? Not exactly. When the road conditions change, like when it's wet, snowy, or uneven, a high profile tire can actually provide more grip. The softer, more flexible sidewall allows the tire to conform to the road surface, maintaining a more consistent contact patch. This is why rally cars, which race on unpredictable terrains, often use high profile tires. On slippery or off-road conditions, the extra flex helps maintain traction, where a stiff low profile tire might struggle. So which one is better? Well, it depends on the type of driving. If it's all about precise control on dry roads, low profile tires have the edge. But for better grip in rain, snow, or off-road conditions, high profile tires take the win. Myth number 2, low profile tires always accelerate faster. Low profile tires don't flex as much, so power from the engine is transferred to the road more efficiently. That means quicker acceleration, which is why Formula 1 and GT cars use them. On a racetrack where traction is already perfect, a low profile tire helps maintain stability and speed. But if that's the case, why do drag racers, who focus entirely on acceleration, use high profile tires? The answer is all about wheel spin. In drag racing, the key to a perfect launch is maximizing traction. Stiff low profile tires don't absorb the initial shock of power as well, which can lead to excessive wheel spin. High profile tires, on the other hand, flex more during launch, dynamically expanding their contact patch. This allows them to grip the track better, preventing unnecessary power loss. So while low profile tires might offer faster acceleration in controlled conditions, high profile tires are better for launches where traction is limited. Myth number 3, low profile tires always improve fuel economy. This one is tricky because technically low profile tires can improve fuel efficiency, but only under the right conditions. Their stiffer construction reduces rolling resistance, which means the engine doesn't have to work as hard to keep the car moving. But there's another factor that comes into play: heat buildup. When tires get hot, the rubber becomes softer and increases rolling resistance, which burns more fuel. High-profile tires do flex more, generating more heat, but they also have a larger surface area to dissipate that heat. This helps keep them at an optimal temperature for efficiency. Low-profile tires, on the other hand, don't flex as much, but their stiffer construction can trap heat, especially during aggressive driving. If they get too hot, performance can drop and fuel consumption can go up. That's why race cars rely on specialized tire compounds to manage heat effectively. For everyday driving though, high-profile tires do a better job of staying cool over long distances, making them a smarter choice for fuel efficiency on highways. Another key point: rotational inertia, which is the energy required to spin the wheel. Low-profile tires, when paired with heavy rims, increase rotational inertia, making acceleration and braking require more effort. If the rims are too heavy, any fuel efficiency gains from reduced rolling rolling resistance are canceled out. So, if weight is kept equal, high-profile tires tend to be more efficient for long-distance driving, while low-profile tires work better for city driving. Myth number 4. High-profile tires are just for SUVs and trucks. It's easy to assume that taller tires are only useful for off-roading or heavy-duty vehicles. After all, trucks and SUVs often come with high-profile tires because they handle rough terrain better. But here's the thing, many luxury cars also use high-profile tires. Take the Mercedes S-Class or Rolls-Royce. These cars prioritize comfort, and taller sidewalls absorb more road imperfections, making the ride much smoother. Even in performance settings, high-profile tires are preferred in rally racing because they provide better grip on uneven surfaces like gravel and dirt. So no, high-profile tires aren't just for SUVs and trucks. They're also about comfort, durability, and certain performance needs. And it's not just about luxury and rally racing. High-profile tires are also common in everyday commuter cars. Automakers choose them for sedans and hatchbacks to improve ride quality, fuel efficiency, and overall durability. Plus, they help protect the wheels from curb damage, which is a big deal in city driving. Ever scraped a wheel on a tight parking spot? A taller tire offers a bit more protection, whether it's for comfort, practicality, or even performance in rough conditions. High-profile tires have way more to offer than just off-road capability. Myth number 5. Low-profile tires always last longer. It sounds logical. Stiffer tires should last longer, right? Less movement, less wear, but that's not how it actually works. Low-profile tires stick to the road better, which is great for handling, but that extra grip also means more friction, and more friction, that just burns through rubber faster. On the other hand, high-profile tires don't grip quite as aggressively, which means they wear down more slowly over time. Plus, they're much better at handling potholes and rough roads, reducing the risk of sidewall damage or even cracked rims. Ever hit a deep pothole and felt that awful thud? With a low-profile tire, that could mean serious trouble, but a high-profile tire absorbs the impact much better. Over time, all that extra cushioning helps extend the life of both the tire and the wheel itself. So, if the goal is durability, high-profile tires are the way to go. Myth number 6. Low-profile tires are quieter. It's easy to assume that because low-profile tires have a better contact patch, they should make less noise. But the reality is the opposite. The stiffer sidewall transmits more vibrations and road noise into the cabin. High-profile tires act as a cushion, not just for impacts, but also for sound waves. The extra flex absorbs vibrations, making the ride quieter and smoother. So, for those who prefer a quiet, comfortable drive, high-profile tires are the better choice. Road noise isn't just about how much of the tire touches the ground, it's also about how vibrations travel through the car. Low-profile tires, with their stiff sidewalls, send more of those bumps and cracks straight into the cabin, making the ride feel rougher and louder. Ever driven on a bad road and felt like every little imperfection was shaking the whole car? That's what happens when there's not enough cushioning. High-profile tires, on the other hand, soak up a lot of that impact, keeping things smoother and quieter. Long drives feel more relaxing because there's less vibration making its way to the driver and passengers. Even at highway speeds, they tend to generate less noise since their narrower design creates less friction against the road. While sports cars might prioritize sharp handling over comfort, for everyday driving, the extra padding of a high-profile tire makes a big difference. Want sharp handling, precise control, and a sporty feel? Low-profile tires are the way to go. Prefer comfort, durability, and better performance in wet or off-road conditions? High-profile tires are the better choice. Every tire type has its strengths, but picking the right one depends entirely on how and where the car is driven. Which type of tire do you prefer? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. If this breakdown helped clear up some common myths, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into car performance and tech. See you in the next one.